I loved the fact that he held people accountable, right? When I was coming from high school, right, I came from a program in New Jersey, Don Bosco Prep, where we put out a lot of college guys, and our high school coach ran it like a college program, right? Chew you out when you messed up, held you accountable, and that's exactly what Eric Washington was. Very military like, and some guys, you know, it is when you first get to college. When you're the stud in high school, you can't tolerate guys yelling at you. But I love the fact, I always thought that if a coach is yelling at you and he's holding you accountable, he cares about you. And ultimately, I think he cared about every guy there and he wanted the best out of you. And I could just see my improvement every year. And actually, I talked about this, the meeting that I had with Coach Fitz in '07. I had that same meeting with Coach Washington before he left for the Bears. And that kind of fueled me for that next year. And that's when I had the breakout year at Northwestern. And he was just telling me, man, you're too talented to play like that. You know, you need to play better. You need to get better. And he lit a fire into my ass. And I appreciate him and Coach Fitz for that. And then just seeing the difference, like obviously at Northwestern, we ran a scheme when he was there. It was a read and react scheme from a 4-3. And when you talk about playing in a 4-3, that's one of the worst schemes you could do because that's not the personnel. We didn't have 315-pound defensive ends. We had guys that were 250 to 270, and we weren't running an attacking style. So I know people were kind of critical about, oh, well, the defensive line performance at Northwestern wasn't the greatest. But ultimately, that was out of his control, right? As a defensive line coach, you have to teach whatever scheme that coordinator wants. We had Greg Colby, nicest guy in the world, but that was a terrible scheme for a 4-3 players. So, but I just see the difference from when Northwestern to the Bears learning under Rod Marinelli. And when I first got there, he was instrumental in just helping me understand the differences of that attacking style scheme, which was unbelievable. The hand usage, especially with defensive linemen, you know, being a mentor for someone like me that's in the league that's trying to figure out stuff. Because as a rookie, it doesn't matter you're a first rounder, fourth rounder, that stuff you did in college, that stuff ain't gonna work in the league. You know, you're going against grown men that's got families and have great technique. So just his progression over the years and just admire what he's been able to do and just, you know, the respect he has around the league. I think people really respect what he's been able to do. And I'm excited for the opportunity for him. And I actually talked to him a couple months ago because one of my friends, his friend that works at the Bills, we were golfing together in Jersey, and then Coach Washington called me. He's like, "Oh, you were with RJ." He was telling me, blah blah blah, and it was good to hear from him because it's been a while, and you know, I feel like he's somebody I've always looked up to, and he was asking about the family and asking about his family. So he's a really really great guy, family man. And I think he's going to take the Bears defense and defensive line to the next level.